Trump to deploy National Guard in Los Angeles as anti-ICE demonstrations turn violent. I mean, what would you expect? What do you expect Trump to do after Democrats propped up these crazy leftists, these crazy extremists? They turned our federal ICE agents into, they call them Nazis and brown shirts and stuff like that. And this is what the Democrat Party is about. It's always been about violence and stuff. And they always been using projection and try to paint Republicans and conservatives as the violent ones, when in actuality, they are the violent ones. Whenever things don't go their way, they turn to violence. And this is just an example of that right now. Just like the BLM riots, just like, the Floyd riots, all those other things, it's always the leftists, but then they paint conservatives as the ones that's actually violent. But look, again, and I blame the mainstream media, I blame the Democrat politicians by basically chastising our ICE agents for doing their job, for protecting our borders, for locking up these criminal illegals. They're turning them into the bad guys. Again, like I said, they calling them all types of stuff. The brown shirts, Nazis, and all that other stuff is ridiculous. And because of their ridiculous rhetoric, this is happening. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to show some clips. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, let's get into this news. Now, this comes from Zero Hedge, and they report that the Trump administration will deploy the National Guard to Los Angeles following several violent confrontations between immigrations and customs enforcement and protesters after ICE agents carried out multiple immigration sweeps throughout the country, doing their job, getting rid of the criminals off the street. And yes, if you come into this country illegally, you are by definition a criminal. I mean, I don't understand why they try to pretend like they're not. But Border Czar Tom Homan revealed the plan Saturday night in an interview on Fox News. Right Angle Network posted this. They said Border Czar Tom Homan has just confirmed that the National Guard will be deployed to Los Angeles tonight to reestablish order after Democrats seized control during violent anti-ICE riots. Here we go.
This country killing American people. This is about enforcing the law. And again, we're not going to apologize for doing it. We're stepping up. She says they're going to mobilize. Well, guess what? We're already ahead of the game. We're already mobilizing. We're going to bring National Guard in tonight. We're going to continue doing our job. We're going to push back on these people, and we're going to enforce the law.
Tom, it's Lydia.
Absolutely right. This is what has to happen. You can't allow them to just come in and think they can tear stuff up like that. It's wrong. It's not right. But earlier, the Department of Homeland Security accused Democratic leaders in California, including Governor Gavin Newsom and Mayor Karen Bass, of contributing to the violence. Like I said, they are basically saying that this is okay to do. Quote, the violent targeting of law enforcement in Los Angeles by lawless rioters is despicable, and Mayor Bass and Governor Newsom must call for it to end, DHS spokesperson Tricia McLaughlin said in a statement. Let's play this clip here. Here we go.
The area of Alondra.
Look at this.
Near where that Home Depot is, where all of this started this morning. So
that's an ICE
I'm
bus.
under the impression right now that either this bus is for those agents, the Border Patrol, or it's to make arrests.
Look at this.
It looks like the bus is moving, even though protesters are trying to stop it from moving. So we don't know if this is reinforcements, if this is to help with arrests, or to get those agents out of there. But this situation continues to just unravel here in Paramount right now. We're bringing you live pictures. This is Josh Haskell with ABC 7 Eyewitness News, of protesters literally trying to stop this bus with their own hands.
This
and
is
the bus is
crazy.
slowly creeping up, and it does not appear that this bus is full of, I don't know who is on this bus. I don't know if anyone is on this bus, but they are kind of trying to creep forward. And I don't see how this situation resolves without the sheriff's
Look at
department
its flag.
getting
That's
involved
not
in
an
local law
American
enforcement.
flag.
It really does feel as though if these are reinforcements or for arrests, they're going to have a difficult time getting.
Like, why? I don't understand. They got their home country flag there, but you're in the United States. So, why are you coming here asking for handouts, asking for things? You want to live in this country, but yet you coming in and you repping your country. Like, I don't get that. And we have a photo here. Border Patrol personnel deployed tear gas during a demonstration over the dozens detained in an operation by federal immigration authorities a day earlier in Paramount section of Los Angeles on June 7th, 2025. You see that's them there with the tear gas. And then we got breaking news. Paramount, California is erupting into chaos as federal agents are fighting back against a crowd of anti-deportation agitators. Flashbangs and tear gas is deployed against them. Here's a clip here. This is crazy. Don't be crying now. Don't be crying now. Crazy. This is the Democrats. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem also chimed in, posting on X that protesters who use violence against officers will be prosecuted. She said, quote, "You will not stop us or slow us down." President Trump also blamed Newsome and Bass, saying in the Saturday Night Truth that if they can't do their job, quote, then the federal government will step in and solve the problem. White House Spock's Caroline 11 echoes Trump's sentiment of comments, saying in the post on X, quote, "President Trump will uphold law and order and continue to remove all dangerous illegal alien invaders from our country," adding, quote, "The mob violence will be quelled, the criminals responsible will be brought to justice, and operations to arrest illegal aliens will continue unabated." Wow. And she got some pictures of, look at this, death to ICE on the trash can. They're setting fires. Like, how is this supposed to draw people to your cause? I don't understand why they think this is gonna sway people to their belief system. If anything, you're turning people off. But quote, the article goes on to say, the White House issued the following statement: "In recent days, violent mobs have attacked ICE officers and federal law enforcement agents carrying out basic deportation operations in Los Angeles, California. These operations are essential to halting and reversing the invasion of illegal criminals into the United States. In the wake of this violence, California's feckless Democrat leaders have completely abdicated their responsibility to protect their citizens. That is why President Trump has signed a presidential memorandum deploying 2,000 National Guardsmen to address the lawlessness that has been allowed to fester. The Trump administration has a zero-tolerance policy for criminal behavior and violence, especially when the violence is aimed at law enforcement officers trying to do their jobs. These criminals will be arrested and swiftly brought to justice. The commander-in-chief will ensure the laws of the United States are executed fully and completely." Newsome responded, saying in the post on X, quote, "The federal government is moving to take over the California National Guard and deploy 2,000 soldiers. That move is purposefully inflammatory and will only escalate tensions," adding, quote, "This is the wrong mission and will erode public trust." So what, we're just supposed to stay behind and let them burn things down like they did during BLM? No, we got to do something about it. We got to nip this in the bud and stop this violence right away. I agree with the Trump administration on this. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.